So, good morning, students. Today's topic that we are going to discuss is basically part of this partition function. So, today we will going to discuss about vibrational partition functions. So, before that, we have already discussed about the significance of partition function, the translation partition function, and the rotational partition functions also. So, today we are focusing on only vibrational partition functions. So we know that for a diatomic molecule vibrating as a simple harmonic oscillator, the vibrational energy levels obtained by the solution of the Schrodinger equation, that is very well known equation. E vibrational means vibrational energy equal to V plus half into h nu. Okay, where V is the vibrational quantum number and nu is the frequency of the oscillations, and the value of the V can change from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So if V equal to 0, at that condition the energy obtained we call is as 0 point energy. That means even at V equal to 0, the molecule or a diatomic vibrator can never be at rest. It can vibrate with this minimum energy, and that energy is 0 point energy, half h nu. Okay. Now the energy levels are non-degenerate, or I can say it's a singly degenerate, just like your translation energy levels. Why? Because we know that when the energy levels of a simple harmonic oscillator, we observe that its energy, all the energy levels of the successive energy levels are equally spaced, and they are separated by the equal distance, that is h nu. Because we know that, so here I can show you the calculations, because we know that E equal to V plus half into h nu. Okay, so if let's say V equal to 1 and the successive level V equal to 2, then what is the delta E, or if the transition takes place from 1 to 2 level, then what happened? 2 plus half into h nu minus 1 plus half into h nu. So it's basically, if you take common as h nu, or you can say just 2 plus half means 5 by 2 h nu minus 3 by 2 h nu. So what is coming here? Only h nu. That means all the successive energy levels are equally spaced, and these are the amount, only h nu. Okay. And anybody can ask me, oh, sir, why only you can take the transition from 1 to 2? Because we know that the selection rule for simple harmonic oscillator is delta V equal to plus minus 1. Plus 1 for absorption and minus 1 for emission. Okay. So if the energy levels are non-degenerate, or I can say singly degenerate, that is the degeneracy level Gi is unity. So the vibrational partition function of a diatomic molecule is given by E vibration, and we know that from the partition function equation we know that E vibration. So the vibrational partition function A vibrational equal to V equal to 0 to infinite, because we know that for simple harmonic oscillator the V can change from 0 to as high as infinite. Okay, so we have to take from all possible values. So e to the power minus the formula was e to the power minus ei. Ei means any kind of energy, so for this particular case we can use vibrational energy. So we put V plus half h nu, so ei by kt means V plus half h nu into kt. So I can little bit elaborate this thing in this way. Exponential, I can split this thing. So first split in this way, V h nu by kt minus h nu by 2 kt. All are in the e to the exponential function. So V equal to 0 to infinity exponential minus h nu by 2 kt multiplied by exponential minus V into h nu by kt. As you know that h nu by 2 kt, here none of these quantity contain the vibrational quantum number, so that is the constant quantity, so it can comes out of this summation sign. So e to the power, or exponential better I can write here, minus h nu by 2 kt. If you write exponential, then it's the same line, summation v equal to 0 to infinity exponential minus v h nu by kt. Okay, so this we have to be solved. Okay. Now I can do one thing. In case of simple harmonic oscillator, the spacing between the neighboring energy levels which are equally spaced, as we have already discussed, and the spacing is h nu. Okay, is very large as compared to the translation or rotational energy, and we know that h nu, the amount h nu is very large in comparison to kt energy or the rotational energy. So these energy levels are not very closely spaced, so it's very difficult to eliminate the summation sign by a integration sign. In the previous two cases, means in case of translation and rotational energy levels, we just replace this summation sign by the integration sign only in this respect, but here we can't do that. So in other words, we can say that h nu is very greater than kt. That's why if h nu is very greater than kt, that means e to the power this quantity is very high. Okay, so e to the power, because it's in the minus, it's in the present in the numerator and in the minus sign, so because of this the levels, the spacing is very high, so we can't just eliminate the summation sign by a integration sign. So that means h nu is very greater than kt, hence the summation cannot be replaced by integration, and this f vibration becomes e to the power minus h nu by 2i's kt, that is outside the summation, and v equal to 0 to infinity, that is inside my summation, e to the power minus v h nu by kt. Let's say let's take a quantity x equal to just h nu by kt. Okay, then what happened, only this quantity v equal to 0 to infinity e to the power minus v into x. Okay, so now if I just put the value of v from v equal to 0 1 2 3 like that, when I put v equal to 0 here, what will come, e to the power 0, that is 1, plus when I put v equal to plus 1, it becomes e to the power minus x. When I put v equal to 2, it becomes e to the power minus twice x, plus e to the power minus thrice x, plus dotted. So this is basically it represents a series expansion. So in short, I can say that this series is just 1 minus e to the power minus x whole to the power minus 1. If I expand this series, the same series will come. That means this is the series expansion of this series. So I can write 1 minus e to the power minus x equal to this thing, because it is in the power of minus 1. Okay, so if I put the value of 1 x minus means h nu by kt, hence the vibrational partition function means f vib equal to e to the power minus h nu by twice kt, that is already it was present before as a constant quantity, and from this calculation we got only e to the power minus h nu by kt. Okay, so if we define a new quantity here, that is theta vibrational, what does it mean? It is basically a characteristic vibrational temperature of the oscillator, as I can represent this quantity as h nu by k. This quantity is called theta vibrational, characteristic vibrational temperature. Okay, so then the vibrational partition function in terms of theta vibrational is modified as f vibrational equal to what will come. So in place of h nu by k, I put minus theta vib by twice t and 1 minus e to the power minus theta vib by t. If we like to represent the in terms of you can say the characteristic vibrational temperature, then this form will like that. If the vibrational energy of a mole of diatomic gas, look, this is the vibrational energy for a particular molecule, single molecule. If we multiply this quantity by n, then we will got the vibrational energy for a mole of the gas. Okay, but in the other way we can also find the vibrational energy of a mole of a gas in this way, because we know that the formula from the classical or Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, we know that E vibrational equal to nkt square d dt of ln f, and in place of f we use f vibrational here. Okay, so nkt square d dt ln f, in place of f I put e to the power this equation, e to the power minus h nu by twice kt divided by 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt, or I can little bit make it simple, nkt square d dt ln e to the power minus h nu by twice kt multiplied by 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt to the power minus 1. I just put this thing in the same line, means I make it to the power minus 1. So putting the value of this is basically ln x into y type function, so it becomes ln x plus ln y. So now I just simplified one step further, so it becomes d dt, I will not operate right now, ln e to the power minus h nu by 2 kt, and we know that the power of the ln will come first, so it becomes minus ln 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt. Okay, now I stepwise operate this derivative function. So d dt of look, ln e means it becomes basically only the function remaining, because ln e is 1. Okay, but this function is not exactly ln e, so we have to be operate this function stepwise. So I just write d dt of ln 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt. So nkt square h by 2k, this is basically constant quantity, minus h by 2k, so minus h by 2k, h nu by 2k basically is constant, so 1 upon t, dt of 1 upon t is basically 1 upon t square. Okay, and this function, so this is ln whatever function it may be, so it becomes first thing is 1 upon x, means 1 upon e to the power minus h nu by kt. Then we have to derive the e to the power function, because this function containing t, so e to the power function gives you the same function e to the power h nu by kt, but this is function is also the t, and this is also a function of t, so what it gives you minus h nu by k, and 1 upon t is again minus 1 upon t square. So these are the total terms whatever I get here. Is it clear? Yeah. So nkt square minus minus becomes plus, so h nu by 2k t square, and then minus minus become plus. Okay, but what happened to this thing here? I make a slight mistake, because here it was minus e to the power, so minus sign should be there. Okay, now minus minus become plus, h nu by 2k t square, and this minus become plus, and also this minus become plus, so ultimately the sign is plus. So plus e to the power minus h nu by kt, and h nu by kt is also there, kt square basically, h nu by kt square, and in the bottom in the denominator e to the power minus h nu by kt. Now what I have to do, I have to do one thing, multiply nkt square, so h nu nk t square divided by 2k t square plus nk t square e to the power minus h nu by kt into h nu by kt square divided by 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt. Okay, now here k cancel, t square cancel, here also kt square, kt square. This is basically bottom. Okay, so nh nu by 2 only plus nh nu also, nh nu, and this exponential term I can arrange h nu by kt divided by 1 minus e to the power minus h nu by kt. So this is the ultimate term of the vibrational partition function. So once we get the all the partition function, means translation, rotational, vibrational, so we can now write the total partition function, that is f or f total I can say, equal to f translation multiplied by f rotational multiplied by f vibrational. Till now we have not done the electronic partition function, because most of the molecules, once you excite the molecules in electronically, its electronic configuration becomes deformed, means changed. So in most of the books and the journals also, they discard this function in the total partition function. So we can also do that later. Okay, so for the time being, just assume that f total equal to f translation, f rotational, f vibrational. So putting the values of f translation, that is 2 pi mkt whole to the power 3 by 2 volume into E divided by nh cube multiplied by rotational partition function 8 pi square I k t divided by sigma h square multiplied by today's quantity e to the power minus h nu by 2 kt, and if I express this in this way, sorry, 1 minus, this is 1 e to the power minus h nu by kt whole to the power minus 1. So this is the so this is the total partition function for a diatomic molecule or diatomic vibration. Okay.